Greetings, fellow Empyreans. I am Ashtarothi, and this is the Eve Universe Show. And today I have something that has been already very well received to show you. This is the Abyssal cheat sheet. So this started, obviously there was the older Abyssal cheat sheet that predates the 2020 changeover. So a lot of this information wasn't on it, and it also contained some inaccuracies. So over the course of, a little while, Fonsui and I made this cheat sheet. I started organizing it together, and he helped me fact check everything and prioritize stuff. And so I wanted to show this off a little bit and maybe talk about it a little bit, because there has been some questions about some of these icons. So I wanted to introduce this to you guys. So here we go. First of all, if an element is on the right-hand side of the top, right? Like here, 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 then that means that is the default characteristics of that empire, of that group, assuming that there isn't an override down below, okay? So like, for instance, Concord, it's actually Edencom, have all electrical or kinetic. Electrical and kinetic. But all of the other ones have different kinds of missiles that they shoot. So the guys who shoot missiles have their damage type specified, and the ones without damage specified are the generic. That's how that works. Likewise, Angels got removed. That removed. That might be the only example now. Oh, well, yeah, this one, the Harrowing Striking is only more damage, or is only damage, and it actually isn't like more damage either necessarily. So couldn't put the more damage marker on it. So instead, just repeated the damage type it does. All right, so in the Triglavian, and also the bottom one is, of course, it's tank types. So Triglavians function with only remote reps. Concord and Edencom have a local shield booster. Sanchez Nation, Angel Cartel, local shield boosters. The Sleepers work with both local reps and remote reps. And Drifters don't have Logi, basically, or, tank. I mean, they don't have any active tank. So this triangle with a skull in it, we see at the bottom, represents higher damage. Now, this was kind of a complicated one because there's kind of multiple things that we're communicating here. It could mean that the thing is the most deadliest thing in the room, but it also could just mean that of the two types, it's the one that does more damage. Like, for instance, in the Sleepers here, right? Between the Escort and the Aegis, the difference is that the Aegis is the higher damage one. In between the Needle and the Lance is the higher damage one. So this allows us to specify the higher damage in the room. But then there is, of course, the ships that really the damage output that they have is a primary consideration of theirs, right? Like, this is a high threat target. But most of those are just the battleships. And if you didn't think that the battleships are going to do a lot of damage, then I don't know what to tell you. The one that I felt was necessary to be specified above the rest is the Tessera. And also, I added this from the version 1 from yesterday. The Tessera battlecruiser has extreme damage and tracking, but short optimal. Stay greater than 12 kilometers away. So this is one of the mistakes that I see a lot of people that are learning the Abyss make. They don't understand the Triglavian battlecruiser. The Triglavian battlecruiser's damage is extremely high, and its tracking is basically infinite. So, especially if you're in a frigate Abyss, your only protection against the Tessera is to stay outside of its range. Now, the good news is that the reason why it does so much damage and has so much tracking is that it has blasters. If you show info on it, it even says that. But a lot of people aren't, like, opening up show info in the middle of the Abyss when something that spooky is coming after them. So it's one of the things I definitely wanted to have pointed out. Also, we were consuming a whole bunch of space with the overminds, and I felt like this would just communicate it just as easily, that the final two have webs while the others do not. The other symbol that we specify, enemy attempts to keep you at range. So this range beacon one. I am wearing a Masters of Orion t-shirt. That is correct. The Drekavek and the Leshak, most of the Leshaks, except for the Tangling, want to keep you at range. Also, it was more to specify that the Charybdis Tyrannos will attempt to keep range, because that's a big consideration about the Drifter battleship, is the fact that she tries to keep you at range, and she can snipe you from there. So that logo, that icon shows up in a couple places. There was comments about the icons needing to be bigger. I did make a couple of them bigger that were on the problem side of things. Spark Grip or Blast Grip Tessera? No, any Tessera. All of the Tesseras are spooky because they that's just the Spark, and all those are just the damage type. So some people were saying that we did make some of the icons, or I made some of these icons a little bit bigger, especially the rep icons this morning. But I will admit that some of these will get you to learn the original icon as well, because these are the proper icons for the things. So anchoring, scram, blinding have damps, ghosting has tracking disruption and weapons disruption. Harrowing striking is just damage. Renewing, obviously reps. Shining as a target painter. Starving is newts, and tangling is webs. Likewise, over here in the weather section, electricals increase your cap recharge and reduce electrical damage. Darks increase your velocity and disrupt turrets' optimal range and fall off. Exotics allow you, increase your signature resolution and, does kinetic, right? And then off to the right here, these mutaplasmids are on the top is to indicate that this section is the mutaplasmid section. So this is to show that electricals drop NOSes, batteries, and newts. Darks drop afterburners and micro-warp drives. Exotics drop scram, disruption, scram, and web. Firestorms is armor plates and armor reps. Gamma is likewise shield extenders and shield boosters. So there's a lot of good information in here. The whole point of it is like, once you understand the game, or once you understand the Abyss, this is designed to remind you of the pieces. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I can... I point out this is the icon for the Vortron projector, which is the chaining weapon system of these three ships. So this is just my way of indicating that that's what they're using. I did correct the shield boost duration is negative 40%. So it actually makes you rep faster, but less effectively, which caps you out. That's why it caps you out. I think that might be it as far as like weird symbols are concerned. The Ixion technically should have a keep at range icon, but it already was full. So it tries to keep you at about 18 kilometers or 30 kilometers, I think it was. What is the last upper right corner icon? Up here? Edencom? What percentage of upper right box? Oh, this is the Deviant Automata Suppressor. If you, I'm pretty sure you can see that icon at some point while it's affecting you. I'm pretty sure that that's what it is. I could go back and correct it if I need to. I also did not specify that there's two different ones and what their ranges are. I kind of want to go back and revisit this, because I kind of want to, like, one of the things that you might want to be reminded of really quick is the actual range of the short range and the medium range deviant hypothesis suppressor. So I would like to capture that information on here somewhere. But pretty straightforward. Awesome. Yeah, I was happy to do it. This is something that I felt was sorely needed. And so spread it around, help everybody out, share this video that explains some of it. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me on Twitter or on Discord. That's about it. Thank you for watching 07.